Yo, I'm telling you, y'all don't see this, bro. This is what real Seattle looks like, man. This is real Seattle. This is what they don't be showing y'all. Ah, man. You see this, guys? I'm dead about to cross the street. Somebody just dropped a needle. But you do got the tent, communities over. Oh, fudge. Here we go.
Oh, here we go again.
Man, this beast. Even Chinese crazy folk? Oh man. Dang. There is no shortage of crazy homeless, whether it be white, black, or Asian. Dang, man. That's sad. Very, very heavy homeless population. It's a real sad sight. You know what I'm saying? Look at that, tents galore. It's crazy. Dang, son. It's wild over here in this part, son. Oh, damn. Dang, son. Yet another part of the city that's like, oh, damn. Gosh. It's a mess here. But yeah, guys, as you can see from those clips, these were some of the things I didn't know or didn't expect before visiting Seattle. Don't get me wrong, I did know, being in New York, you know, you do see the homeless people, and I've said it before, like every now and then you'll see like a couple on the train here and there. If one thing's for certain that I could say compared to New York is that the homeless communities on the West Coast tend to have some sense of camaraderie compared to the East Coast, where the homeless are susceptible to snow, rain, you know what I'm saying? Many don't even have shelter. So a lot of them do retreat within the trains. And like I said, you'll see a couple within the trains or in Harlem. You'll see some people sleep on the platforms. But I guess to have it so blatant in your face like this really is an uncanny thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I wouldn't expect, especially being confronted by a homeless person or a junkie, I should say, during my time traveling throughout Seattle. Yeah, the drugs have really taken them by storm because it is a lot of young people, and it's a sad thing to see. Another negative is that the city has been affected by the 2020 riots, and it seems that the city has yet to bounce back from, I guess, the damage that it's gone through. And I know one of the places that was damaged was like one of those police stations. They have done a significant job rebuilding it, but I mean, geez, this will tread into other things why the city hasn't bounced back, because Seattle is expensive. When I first went down there with my brother and was looking for some apartments, you will get a little box for like a high price that they ask you for. These places ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? It ain't cheap. And I guess it's because of the industries that live around there. It is a tech city. The food there is expensive as well. I would say from housing to food supplies, it is pricey. You know what I'm saying? You won't be dishing out some money for like sometimes food that is even subpar. The majority of places that I've been to here, and look from these pictures, they have been good food, but man, there's a spot that I've been to. The price didn't match the flavor, man. Like Thai chili shrimp was the best thing on the menu. And I think that was the least expensive one compared to everything else. That's like, yo, I can do a better job home. You guys know I be on the grill all the time. But yeah, Seattle will kill you with the sales tax, bro. Bruh. Seattle. What's this? Seattle. Yeah, I gotta do something about the sales tax, man. Yo, the sales tax is like 10%. That's higher than New York. 10% sales tax, that's a beast. So, yo, those are some negatives, man. I just can't, y'all. Another thing is it has to do with the climate. Seattle is often a cloudy city. So oftentimes during the winter season, it's been said that many people go through a mood swing of depression, and sometimes that depression can affect certain behavior of what people can do to themselves. I'm just not going to say what it is, but if you know, you know. When it does get sunny, it's a beautiful city. You know what I'm saying? That is one reason why it is called the Evergreen State. Washington is called the Evergreen State due to its physical geography and climate. Much of the state's terrain is made up of deep green forests and pine and fir trees. So you can definitely see a bunch of that when you're riding on the trains. Lots of good sun. From when the sun is shining, you see the green and it lifts up your spirit. The state of Washington, sunlight is important. And speaking of sunlight, this thing I didn't know is that the sun starts rising at like 4. You start seeing glimpses of like sunlight around 4:45 a.m. It's 5 o'clock now, and it's like full-blown sunrise. During the spring and summer hours, the sun sets like around 9:11 or 9:12 p.m. So you will get full days of sunlight, like 18 hours of sunlight. And yeah, if you're not accustomed to that, you will be up all day. And that's part of the reason why I didn't get much sleep while I was over there. It's just like, yo, why is it still bright? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Seattle, why are you still bright? It's like 9 o'clock. New York gets dark at like 7 or 8 p.m. in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Like 8 o'clock in the summertime. And in the winter, it's like 5 o'clock. But yeah, I digress. In terms of nature and geography, Washington is a mountainous state, right? The Cascades are nearby. But I noticed that Seattle is a city built on the hills. And this is something that reminded me of, let's say, a Manizales, Colombia, which is very hilly. Like, if you're not physically fit, you will struggle walking around central Seattle, downtown Seattle. But it's also a positive for those who are trying to get leg strength, like cyclists. Because of all the hills, there's no excuse not to be in tip-top shape. This is a city that is pet-friendly, dog-friendly. They love their dogs over here. You'll see a lot of young people here as well. From my observation, you will see a lot of people who rock tattoos, even fully decked out tattoos. I guess that's the Seattle culture. Like, almost everybody's rocked out in tattoos.
You see a guy 30 to 45 without tattoos. It's like, wow, he resisted the trend. It really is. It's like, wow, he resisted that phase.
Going into Seattle, I didn't know that Seattle was known for seafood, right? There's a bunch of sushi restaurants. This is because thousands of salmon are known to run throughout the state, from areas from Olympia, Tacoma, and Seattle. There are fish markets within the Pike Place public market. You'll be able to find fish and other seafood, right? And you can get them shipped anywhere in the country, like within a couple of days. You already know I live in New York. I be getting myself the king salmon shipped to me. So in terms of like attractions that they got, they have the gumball, right? I'm not sure when exactly the gumball started, but that is actually a tourist attraction. If you so choose to, go ahead and check it out. Take a couple of pictures. Like I said, again, the Pike Place Public Market is an attraction. It's near the waterfront. This is where you can see a whole bunch of vendors, food, flowers. And right next to the public market is the first ever Starbucks. It's right here next to the public market. Me and my brother took a couple of pictures over here, and I thought that was dope to be next to pieces of history. And along the waterfront too, we got the Seattle Aquarium, we got the Ferris wheel, you know what I'm saying? From here, you can also see the stadiums that the Seattle Seahawks play in and the Mariners play in as well. These are nearby. And along the way from downtown is the Space Needle. I mean, one doesn't simply go to Seattle and not see the Space Needle. You get what I'm saying? It is a typical touristy thing to do. In terms of transportation, I didn't know that it's impossible to get a car here, y'all. You would have to rent a car in like weeks in advance for you to even reserve something. And I don't know, I've never had this problem. And it's stupid expensive, man. Like, you're looking at $300, $400 a day. And I even checked the cheap ones like Toro. You cannot get a car for your life, bro. And also, it's fairly easy to get around anywhere, you know what I'm saying? You can do your typical Uber and Lyft, but because Seattle's so expensive, your best way is really to take the public transportation. And you can get just about anywhere within Seattle or like greater Washington. You know what I'm saying? The standard fare is about $225, and you can go to machines, get yourself an Orca card if you travel around often, and fill that up and, you know, go about your merry way. And you can take this to go to the airport too. So it's like simple transportation to and from like your destinations to the airport. You know, it wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg. So another thing is that they have scooter and e-bike rentals. Like you will see the Lime bikes, the Lime scooters, and you'll see the Vivo scooters around too. These are also a great way to see the whole city or go off paths that the bus and train doesn't take. This will be your go-to. It is easy to get to neighboring states and countries like Vancouver, Canada, or Portland, Oregon. It is fairly easy. The Greyhound is next to the T-Mobile Stadium. This is where the sports teams play. And I'm going to talk more about Portland in another video, but just know that I did see a whole lot more tents over there in Portland. And if you're liking this video so far, why don't you drop a like, hit the bell, so that way you get notified anytime Nate does a video. And yo, what I didn't know is that the major tech companies were here. The Microsoft is here, the Amazon, the Google's here. They operate a little outside the East Coast of Washington, and I didn't know that getting to the Nintendo of America headquarters was fairly easy while you're in Seattle. So from Seattle, I took a bus to Redmond to go to Nintendo. That was like a dream come true because I've always been a Nintendo fan, and I've always felt in my heart that I wanted to be some type of ambassador or work for the company in one form or fashion. In my younger days, yeah, man, I was just like a kid at a candy shop. By the way, yeah, I do have a gaming channel that I'm going to start playing on again while I'm stationary and I'm not traveling. You'll see me on my gaming channel a lot more. So I'll check the link in the description for that. But what do you guys think? Have you been to Seattle? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about all of this? What are some things that you didn't know before visiting Seattle? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening to this. And yo, I'll get back to you guys next time at another video. Keep eating, exploring, and yo, I'll hit you up whenever I can, man. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, share, do all that good stuff, man. Love y'all all, man. Take it easy.